What's up, good people? How's it going? Rob here on the Old City Vlog channel. Once again, I'm back. You could almost say back from the dead. Why is that? Because I went and had a heart attack. A grand old heart attack. Yep. And I don't recommend that. Wasn't a fun last couple of weeks. Friday, April 11th. Woke up, felt fine, I'd been having a few episodes of like heartburn, and just kind of a little bit of fatigue and just wasn't feeling that good. And got up, picked up my friend Samantha and her daughter, my goddaughter, ran some errands. We ended up at the indoor playground, which was cool because it was air conditioned in there. It was kind of a hot day. Luckily for me, we picked the indoor one to go to. And so I just kind of hung out in the cafe area, watched them play on, the ball pit and all kinds of other crazy stuff in there. It's a pretty cool little playground for kids. And anyways, got done there, dropped them off at home. I came home, and I just wasn't feeling good. I felt like I had heartburn. If you've seen my last videos, I've been doing hot sauce reviews or hot sauce videos, and I'm thinking, man, hot sauce has never bothered me before. And I guess I'm just getting old, and I don't know, all this hot sauce is catching up with me. Well, turns out it wasn't hot sauce that was giving me heartburn. I just progressed to, I was feeling worse. Folded some clothes up, took them in, hung them in the closet, sat on the bed, and I was like, yeah, man, I don't feel good. Darcy's like, if you don't feel good in 15 minutes, you're going to the ER. I was like, we might as well go now. Went to the ER, and if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be dead, because I would have just laid down in the bed and probably had a heart attack and croaked. Anyways, get to the ER, mention, heartburn and heart attack, make sure I wasn't having a heart attack. It was just, give me something for heartburn. When you mention that, man, they get you in, Johnny on the spot, boom, bam, bang. I was back there, flat on my back on a stretcher, like EKG, the whole 9 yards. Less than 10 minutes, the doctor comes in and he says, yep, well, you're having a heart attack right now. And I was kind of like, really? Doesn't feel like a heart attack. It feels like indigestion. Darcy's like, how do you know? And he's like, because I'm paid to know. He holds up the EKG or whatever sheet, and he's like, see right here. He's like, you're having a heart attack right now. It's like, wow. So, what that entailed was, I hear this, we've got a helicopter. We're going to shoot you from here up to Baptist South. You're going to have a couple of stents put in. So, Johnny on the spot, boom, bang, bang, loaded up on the helicopter. A cool dude, Brandon, came by that knew me, and he works there, and he wheeled me out, was one of the ones that wheeled me out to the helicopter. And turns out I made surfboards for him his whole life, and blah, blah, blah. So it was a good little grounding thing there to, bring me back to snap me out of what was happening really fast. So I appreciate that, Brandon. And got on the helicopter, and I'm like, well, I'm on a helicopter. I'm a vlogger. Might as well take some pictures, right? I'll try to include a couple of them in here. So yeah, here's me getting wheeled out. It's my friend Brandon, lead stagecoach. There's the chopper I'm going to get on. There's me in the chopper right before they took my phone. So, helicopter ride to Baptist South. And during the ride, I'm snapping pictures, looking down, seeing all the traffic on I-95, thinking, well, I'm glad I'm not stuck in that. And 10 minutes, maybe, if that, I'm at Baptist South, and guy behind me reached up, took my phone from me when I started taking pictures. And I'm like, whoops. We landed, and they unload me, gives me my phone back, and was like, yeah, I forgot to tell you, my bad, you can't have your phone open while we're flying. I was like, whoops, sorry. Anyways, we get in. They wheel me right in and start working on me, and they're like, okay, Mr. Autry, a lot of things are going to happen really fast. I'm like, all right, I'm just along for the ride right now. And so, yeah, they knocked me out, put a tube in my groin up to my heart, took a look around. I woke up and I had a tube in my groin up to my heart with a balloon pump on it. My leg was in an immobilizer, couldn't move. Couldn't move my leg because I had said tube in my groin up to my heart with a balloon pump that I could hear going, which was driving me a little batty. Anyways, yeah, they were like, yeah, we couldn't put stents in, so you need to have open heart surgery. So, yeah, they told me Baptist South flew me up to the main hospital because I had to have open heart surgery, a quintuplet 5 bypass surgery. And I was kind of like, wow, things just got real. My surgeon came in, looked over all my, medical history, and was like, yeah, man, your heart's in bad shape. So I asked him, I was like, could my diet have something to do with it? And he's like, he asked me what I was doing, and I told him, I said, I've been exercising, I've been doing a carnivore diet, and I've been losing weight over the last year and a half, almost 2 years. And he was like, well, he goes, I'll put it this way. If you hadn't been losing weight, if you hadn't been on this diet, and you hadn't been exercising, chances are you'd be dead or on a ventilator struggling to live. So I spent the next 2 days laying in the bed because that was a Friday. And they were going to do surgery then, but they saw that I was kind of stabling out and I was doing okay. So they waited till Monday morning to do the surgery. And yeah, a lot happened in those 2 days. I'll try and keep it short here. But still had the immobilizer on, still had the pump running in my groin up to my heart the whole time, driving me nutty. And anyways, Monday morning comes around, they come get me bright and early, take me into surgery, knock me out. That's like the best sleep. They could have cut my head off, sewn a donkey head on me. I wouldn't have known. I would have been a real jackass then. But yeah, once they take you out, you're done. I did have a few weird experiences, but so yeah, I'll save those for a later story time. But anyways, yeah, Monday morning, Monday, April 14th, I had the 5X quintuplet bypass. They harvested veins from my leg and put them up here in my chest, cut me, sliced me open, took the bone saw, cut my chest plate, sternum bone, whatever you want to call it, spread my ribs, and tinkered with the pump station. Darcy was sitting down there, and they texted her that I had gone on bypass, which means my heart was not beating and a machine was keeping me alive while they operated on my heart. And I don't know, hour and a half later, they texted her again, said I'd just come off bypass. So yeah, for like an hour and a half, my heart was not beating. Freaky. Anyway, sewed me all back up, put everything back together. No staples, no stitches. I just got this super glued incision back, and I got 4 punch holes in my belly where I had drain tubes and wire apparati in me. And whew, yeah, it was rough. Those first couple of days out of surgery, I was kind of doped up on morphine and oxy and who knows what else. It was kind of interesting because after a couple of days, they took me off of those and were just kind of using them as needed depending on my pain. And considering what I'd had done, the pain really wasn't that bad. The only thing that hurts like constantly is my left back, like under my shoulder blade. And one of the doctors said, yeah, it's likely when they cut you open and spread your ribs that you may have like a little fracture or something in one of your ribs. It happens. Sorry. It'll go away in time. That has hurt more than this. um, don't get me wrong, this is a little sore. And the first day I came home, I was thinking, oh, I'll be able to do this. No. The first day I came home, I wasn't able to do jack. I had those tight hose, Ted hose, whatever they're called on, that I'd been wearing for the last 4 or 5 days because my legs were all swollen. And Darcy dropped me off and ran down to the grocery store. She's like, don't do anything stupid, I'll be right back. Well, did something stupid. I tried to take those socks off. Wrong. Learned real quick how weak I was. I got one of those socks halfway down, and I was like, oh geez, I can't leave it halfway down because it's going to cut off the circulation. So, do I go in the kitchen, get a fillet knife, and cut it off? And I got this shoehorn and another grabber contraption, and I finally got one sock off, and it kicked my ass just to get that sock off. So I'm like, okay, I'm done. Went in. Mr. One Sock, naked foot guy, goes in, sits on the couch. Yeah, I learned real quick. The simplest tasks that first day home were all gone. Gone. I was lucky I could just get up and walk, go to the bathroom on my own. The simple things in life. Sucks when you're on the go type of person and all that on the go is taken away from you. Kind of humbling. But hey, I'm still here to talk about it. So yeah, I woke up from the surgery. My heart was beating like normal. I remember him taking the breathing tube out when I was in recovery. That was no fun task. But when I woke up, I was just like, just meditate, just breathe through it, dude. Don't freak out. Told myself that a million times. They're like, all right. And the one anesthesiologist guy, or however you say that word, anesthesiast, whatever, he was like, dude, you're the most chillest guy I've ever seen. You're like smiling, give me the thumbs up when you got all these tubes down your throat. I'm thinking, what else am I gonna do? Anyway, they're like, here we go. They pull him out, and I remember him saying, breathe, Mr. Autry, breathe. I took in a big breath, which hurt because, just had my chest cracked open. So yeah, big breaths were not my friend, even though I needed it. But breathing on my own, doing good, got me back out of recovery, back into my room. Darcy was there every step of the way, right beside me. And yeah, the first couple of days I was pretty plowed. I'm awake and talking, but I would also just be. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm okay. I just checked out momentarily there. What are you thinking about? I'm like, I don't know, nothing. Just spacing. Swiss cheese brain. I still kind of have it. Not near as bad though, but it was rough. So they pulled those leads out, 2 tubes and 2 leads. When they pulled the leads out, they were like a pacemaker type lead, I think is what they were trying to tell me. When they pulled those out, my heart freaked out. Went into AFib. I'm like, oh man, not AFib again. Well, yeah, I went into AFib. So April 21st, I went down for a cardioversion. That's where they hook the paddles up to you. You know, they knock you out, thank goodness, so you don't feel it. But yeah, man, they hit you with the paddles. They got these things glued on you, and bzz, you ride the lightning, shock the monkey, all that. And it took 3 times to get my heart back in to sinus rhythm. And woke up. It was in sinus rhythm. Felt good, considering, you know. And came home. I don't know, a few days later, and I was at home doing good, you know. Told you that first day was an experience, but my heart was beating good. Each day was a little better. And I woke up, and I take my vitals every morning, blood pressure, blood sugar, pulse, all that. I've been doing that for years anyways. And I'm like, whew, man, my heart rate's 99 or 100. What's going on? I look on my watch. I do my little, you know, heart thing on here. Atrial fibrillation. I'm back in AFib. Like, dude, I felt good. I went to sleep feeling good, and I wake up in AFib. And I have since still been in AFib. And, you know, is what it is, I suppose. I've gone to the doctors, and they said it's kind of normal, you know, after surgery, because they got you open, they're fingering your heart, they're doing all kinds of things. It's kind of irritated. There's some inflammation. They said once all the inflammation settles down and your heart figures out that, you know, it's not going to be ripped out of your chest completely, that you should go back into normal sinus rhythm. So I'm praying that happens, because I don't really want to go back for another cardioversion. I'm on a bunch of pills, you know, whatever. I'm going to take them for a while. And so now it's been 30 days since my heart attack. It's been 27 days since my surgery. And, you know, the other day before yesterday, I felt like crap. And my cardiologist and my nurse, home nurse, I've had a home nurse coming by 2 to 3 times a week, and a physical therapist that's been coming by. And they're awesome as well. And everybody that took care of me at Baptist was incredibly awesome. The food, however, sucked. That's a whole nother story for another video. But I know a few of you guys have seen the pictures of some of the food they gave me. Whew. Anyways, I noted that in the survey I did for the hospital. Told them how great the employees, the nurses, the CNAs, all the way to the housekeeping, everybody was just super, super cool. Took great care of me. You know, they said, hey, you're one of the easiest patients we ever taken care of. But, so yeah, everybody was awesome that took care of me. The food, however, sucked. And anyways, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, there was a few nights that I was rather irritated, you know, when the nurse came in one night. Can I get you anything? I said, yeah, a gallon of gas and a pack of matches so I can rid the world of this evil Satan's crib bed that I'm laying in right now. And I think it was that night I got up, and I spent the remaining 4 or 5 days in the chair. I would not get back in that bed. Nope, not having it. Went down and had my cardioversion done. Came back up. They're like, you want to get in the bed? I'm like, hell no to the no. I ain't getting in that bed. I'll sit in the chair. I don't care if it's less uncomfortable, whatever, more uncomfortable. I'll sit in the chair. So that's where I remained for my stay. I was in the hospital for 12 days. Brutal. Anyways, got back home. Things are going good. A few days later, I wake up back in AFib. Am still in AFib. Like I said, 30 days since the heart attack, 27 days since my surgery. Overall, I'm doing pretty good. Day before yesterday sucked. It was horrible. I felt like crap. My heart was doing weird things. Just everything. I just didn't feel good. My nurse, my physical therapist, even the cardiologist said, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. Well, day before yesterday was my first bad day. And I was just not digging it. They keep talking about, a lot of people get depression after heart surgery. And I'm like, not me. Whew. Boy, the other day I was feeling all kinds of things, including being depressed. But next day was all good. Yesterday was good. Felt a lot better. We went to Treaty Park here, did a walk, did several laps in the nature trail, got almost my mile in. Then we went and played bocce ball over at the St. Augustine Pier. I ordered a bocce ball set like a year ago. Never used them. They were in the back of the car. Said, hey, let's go try out the bocce balls. We had a bocce ball court. I didn't know if I'd be able to even throw the balls, but I did and survived it. And I'm looking forward to going back. So yeah, it felt good to do a normal human activity other than sitting on the couch or laying in the bed watching TV. I'm not a sit around watch TV kind of guy. And I like being on the go, doing things, fishing, whatever, making things, working, playing cornhole, doing this, doing that. I don't like sitting around. So I've had my share of sitting around, but I still got to take it easy. They did, I went back to my surgeon, they did early release me, said I could drive again, and said I could pretty much do what I wanted within reason. I still got to be careful, I can't lift heavy things or anything. He's like, whatever you're doing, if you feel sharp pain in your chest, stop immediately. I'm like, no worries there, bro. I don't want to end up back in here, so I got to take it easy for a while. But it's 14 days. My buddy Robert is putting together a benefit show for me. He's been filling in on bass since I've been out. He's filled in for several gigs. He's my go-to guy for filling in for me, and luckily it works out because we use a guitar player out of their band, and so we don't have conflicting dates, so it works out good. But he put a benefit show together for me with our band, his band, a couple other bands. It's going to be on the 24th at Nobby's Tavern over on Anastasia Island, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to play a bit myself. So we got a gig the next day. I'm going to try to do the whole gig, 3-4 hour gig. We're going to see how that goes. Anyway, I've been playing guitar here, getting back into it, getting back into living life slowly but surely. And I appreciate all the love, all the comments, everything that everybody's given me. Like, sincerely appreciate it, because I was in the weeds there for a bit. And my friend Samantha put together a GoFundMe for me. And another big, huge, heartfelt thanks to everybody that pitched in on that. You have no idea how much that means to me. Like, big time. I'm not used to not making any money for well over a month, and who knows how long it's going to be. I'm going to try to start getting some more planter boxes and stuff built in the coming week, but we'll see. I just don't want to overdo it, so we'll see how it goes. Anyways, that's the up to current update on my heart attack journey. I don't recommend it, but I was stoked to know that my doctor said, hey, if you hadn't been doing the diet you're on and you hadn't been exercising and losing weight, you'd probably be dead or on a ventilator, struggling to live. So that made me feel better. I have changed my diet a little bit because I was strict carnivore, no cheat days, nothing, for a year, almost a year exactly. And I'm still mostly carnivore, but I have added a few vegetables. I got a little salad going right now with tomatoes and avocado and green leaf lettuce. And I've eaten last night. I had green beans with my steak, so I've added a couple vegetables in. Still not interested in eating any carbs, any sugar. No, I mean, sugar's in everything, but no bread, no pasta, nothing in a box, no processed foods. I try to eat as clean as possible and as close to the carnivore diet as I can. But like I say, I have added some vegetables. I like vegetables. That's the only thing, everybody's like, I got a sweet tooth. I'd be craving sweets. No, I did, crave like avocados or green beans or, a salad or something every now and then. So that's where I'm at right now. Whether I stay on that or go back to strict carnivore, who knows? We'll see. But yeah, if I can get rid of the AFib, that's the big thing, because that wears me out. I get tired pretty easy having this irregular heartbeat thing. I can feel it. So, makes me fatigued sooner than normal. Um, Before this, I had just a ton of energy. But yeah, ain't got that back yet. Slowly building my muscles back. It's amazing how much you lose after only a couple of weeks of not moving. Anyway, that's my story. I appreciate everything everybody's done. Like I said, Sam started the GoFundMe. That's huge because I'm not used to not pulling in money from band gigs and all the stuff that I build and side jobs that I do and this and that. So I appreciate everybody's donations. Just sharing it, whatever. I mean, I know everybody can't throw money. Trust me, it's not a big deal. Just hey, hope you're doing well means a ton to me. So there you go. There you have it. That's my story. If you're in the area, come by on the 24th to Nobby's. I'll be there, and hopefully I'll be playing guitar, playing bass, maybe singing, and having a rowdy old good time. And we'll talk to you then. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye. Glad to be here. Glad to be able to say I'll see you soon.